Hello, I'll be taking you through Microsoft Word. I'm using version 2019. Therefore, when you talk about word processing, it's the process of making a Word document like a manuscript, a report, a newsletter, part of a Word. Basically, when you type something, you are doing word processing. To start with, how do you save a document? But probably before we do the saving of a document, it's good to familiarize ourselves with the Microsoft Word window or screen. Therefore, we usually have the start. In the start, you can access the new document. If you want to come up with a new document, you can use the new open here. This is used to launch or to open an existing document. Then we have the save as. When you want to change the location of a document, when you want to rename a document or to save a document for the first time, you use this command. You can also print or share. Then when we go to the other tabs or ribbons, we have home ribbon with clipboard group, font group, paragraph group, styles, and editing. Then you can go to insert. You can insert pages. You can insert tables, shapes. That is under illustration group. Then you have add-ins. You have media. When you want to play something like an online video. You have links for cross-reference, bookmarks, hyperlinks. We have comments, headers and footer, text and symbols. Then you have design. You have document editing. Then we have page background where you can insert the watermark like confidential, do not copy. You can insert the page colors, fill effects, texture, pattern. That is under the design. Then borders. You can also assign borders to your page. Then you have the layout. This is where you can change the margins or page orientation. You can change the size of the paper A4 if you need A4 more sizes, letter. You can insert columns, breaks. You can adjust the paragraph, indents, and line spacing. Then you can arrange. Then you have the references where you can work with the table of contents. You have the table of contents group, footnotes, bibliography and citations, captions, tables of authorities, index. Then you have the mailings. This is where you can write your envelopes, mail match. Then you have the review for grammar checker, word count, thesaurus. Then we have the view. You can adjust the reading view, print preview, page layout, and other views that we shall check as time goes by. After having that, we shall use already prepared text. Therefore, I use this text above. I'll copy this. Now, whatever I'm doing is called selecting. Some people may call it highlight or blocking text. Therefore, just drag the mouse and hold the button. Then we can copy this by going to home, then copy. Now, when you copy data, it is temporarily kept in a memory called clipboard. Then I can now paste from the clipboard. This is the clipboard. This is showing it's active. This is where you can copy your data. Then, having said that, we can now proceed with our lesson. Now, having typed this data in our page, you can save this page. You can just straight away go to this point or press Ctrl and letter S. But the best professional method of saving is just go to File, then Save As. Then you can just click Documents, and then Desktop. Therefore, I want to save my file as Otis Research. Then, when you are saving a file, you may require to protect the file by assigning password. Therefore, you just go to this point, tools, then you go to general. Then you're in a position to type your password. Like now I type 4 zeros, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Then again I go to protect the document. And that is, we go to general, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you click on OK. It will ask you for password to confirm. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 zeros. Okay, then it will ask you to re-enter 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. Then now from there I can save my work. Therefore, when I close my work and try opening it, it will ask for that password. And basically, I have now protected my work from unauthorized access. Then from that point, you may need to copy some work. Like for example, I need to copy this paragraph to somewhere different. Like now, let's delete this one. I want to duplicate this paragraph. Therefore, what you do, you highlight by blocking. You just drag your mouse. Then, being at home, you select copy. Copy makes a duplicate, but there is this option called cut. This one transfers the document. For example, when I click cut, you see it has disappeared. The Microsoft Word engine assumes that I want to transfer that to a new place. Therefore, after you copy something or you cut, you press this button called paste. You can alternatively press Ctrl plus V on the keyboard. Therefore, I want to duplicate. Therefore, I take the cursor down. Here. I want to duplicate there. Then I just press at the home ribbon. I press paste. Therefore, you have realized that I have made a duplicate. Then there is this quick format bar that always comes. Therefore, I can use it to change the color for the duplicated version. I can also change the style from it. You see, you can change the style that way. Therefore, in case instead of using the home, you'll always, when you right click, you'll always see the quick format bar having the most important or commonly used commands. Therefore, that's how you copy. Then we have this part here. This part is called the quick access toolbar. This one, and you can customize it. You can add more commands. These are the commands that you can add. For example, here I needed to add some buttons up there. Like for example, I needed to add spell checker. Just press add, it goes to the right hand side. Then I would like to add find. I would also like to add something different, something like a draw table. Okay, it's already there. Then I click on OK. You see, when I click on OK, I have added the spell check, I have added the search, and you can still add more by doing that. You can also shift this one to this point by clicking, then choosing show above or below. But when it is at that point, it is at a nice place. Then there is another method called drag and drop. For example, I need to carry this sentence to this point where there is word C. I want to bring it here. Therefore, you can just highlight, hold the mouse and drag. You see I have transferred it. To return it back, I just drag back. That method is called drag and drop. It is also a good method. Then you may need to find and replace a word. For example, before doing that, let's paste our paragraph again. We have several paragraphs in this document of ours, which contain 2 pages. This document of ours contains 2 pages. I push that one to the next page. That way, we may need to find a certain word that keeps on occurring, like the word research. Then we replace it with another word, or we can find the word hypothesis or something like school. Therefore, what you do, you can now click this find button. But the best method of finding is to you can press that is, you can press Control on the keyboard, Control and then H. Alternatively, from home button, you can just go to this end, the last end up here, this one, then write find. It will bring find what? Find what? Then you can write school. Then we want to replace. Therefore, you are finding what? School. Replace with we can call it institution. We replace it with the word running institution. Then you may replace if you need only one occurrence, but if I need all occurrence replaced, then I replace that is replace all. Microsoft Word will inform you that all done, we have replaced 6. Therefore, it has found at least 6. And therefore, if you are very keen, you realize that at this point there was word school, which has been replaced with running institutions. Also, there was the word school here. There was the word school here. That way. And when you are done, instead of deleting, you can just use a command called undo. To undo, you click this button that looks on your left, sorry. It's called undo. Therefore, if I undo, it takes me to the previous done action. If you undo and you feel you want to repeat, then you redo that one. See, now it takes me back to where I was. Therefore, we just undo. Then after undoing, we shall be in a position to go to our previous performed action. Then from there, you may need to perform spell checking from our document. Like now we can make some deliberate mistakes like that. Yeah, you realize that definition, we just write A. Okay, you realize that there are some words. If you look at this, there is some words underlined with red with line. This one indicates spelling or grammar mistake. Therefore, how do we solve that one? Okay, to solve the grammar mistake or to proofread, you can just go straight to review. Then there is this button, ABC or grammar and spelling checker. You just press there. Now, on your right hand side, you see that there is a dialog box called proofing that has come. Therefore, from the proofing pane, you can decide if the word is correct, but Microsoft Word is not aware, you can add it to the dictionary. If there are various occurrences and you need to change them, or you want to ignore, then you can just say ignore. Then, if example here, the word different has been misspelled, there is an option there. Therefore, I just click, and then the option is changed for me. You see, therefore, as I'm going on changing, I'm just clicking, and then the real word is replaced for me or is placed for me. And therefore, after you are done, Microsoft Word will inform you that spelling and grammar check is complete. You just click on OK. Once you click on OK, then you are where to go. On the other hand, you may also need to know how many words do I have. Okay, automatically Microsoft Word counts. If you look at the bottom left corner, there is Microsoft Word. That part is called status bar. Microsoft Word has is actually telling me that I have 342 words and I have 3 pages. I am in page 1 of 3, but you can just click on review ribbon, then you go to word count. Then you're in a position to see this dialog box showing you how many pages you have, how many characters, how many lines, how many paragraphs, and the best or the requirement or something that probably I would be very interested to know is the number of words, which is 342. Then from the same point, you may realize that when you misspell, when you are typing a document and then misspell a word, Microsoft Word should automatically correct that word for you without even you noticing. But sometimes you may not have activated that feature. That feature is called autocorrect. Therefore, how do you how do you set autocorrect? Therefore, to set autocorrect, you just go to File, then you go to Options. You go to Options down here. You'll get this Words option dialog box. Then you click on Proofing. When you click on Proofing here, you'll get that you'll get the autocorrect options. Therefore, you just go change how autocorrect formats text at this point. Therefore, you can just click at that point. Then these are the options. They have already been set. That correct 2 initial words, capitalize the first letter of every sentence. Therefore, this is where you set in case it is not working. Then you just click on OK. Then we have sometimes you may need to check synonyms. Like for example, I want to see a synonym of the word entail. This one, you can just right click, then you go to synonyms and get the meaning. Like now the word entail, the other synonyms is involve, need, require, necessitate, demand. But you cannot just still go to review, then thesaurus, and click on thesaurus. On your right hand side, you still get the same: involve, need, require. That is when you need to get the synonyms and also antonyms, the opposite in meaning. That is as far as that one is concerned. Then we have another feature called auto text. When you need to, for example, perform an auto text, you may need to get some text or phrases inserted for you by Microsoft Word. Therefore, how do you go about it? And that is to insert the auto text. Now let's see where to get that one, because sometimes you may need to get something entered for you by the computer. That is actually when you need to put something automatically. Therefore, I will also be showing you that one, how that one is accomplished. Like sometimes you may, okay, let's just go to File, then Options, then we go back to Proofing, then we go to Autocorrect. Okay, sometimes you may need to get that when I type this word, you replace it with the following. Like for example, the word professor. Professor. People misspell. Then I need to tell the computer, when I type this, you always replace for me with the word professor, the correct spelling that we add. Then I click on OK, then OK. Therefore, when I type the wrong word, professor. Check. Look at it. When I have written the wrong spelling, but the computer automatically has corrected for me. Therefore, like for example, when I write professor, that way, you see the computer automatically now corrects that one for, because I realize I usually make that mistake, and therefore I instructed the autocorrect feature to be correcting that one for me. Then when you talk about formatting now, formatting a document, you may require to put some colors. You may need to put text to bold, italics, put something like that is different styles. Therefore, both actually most of those features are found in home. Like now, I needed to put this one in red color. Just go to home, then font, I choose red. I highlight first, then go home, and then choose red. You see now this one has becomes red. You can also now choose the types of fonts that I need. Like now I need to have Arial black. You see now that one has been changed. Then I can also need to highlight this one. That way you can highlight. You can also remove the highlight by saying no color, then highlight. That way, to increase the font size, you just go to this point, you highlight first of all, then go to size, you choose something like a bigger size, that way. Then you can also undo to return it to previous the way it was. Then we have something called change case. We have change case. Sometimes you may require to change this whole sentence into capital letters or into various other cases. Therefore, just highlight this, then go to home. When you're at home, you get where you get capital A, small a. Then you have the following types of change cases. You have toggle case. You have capitalize each word. You have uppercase, lowercase, and sentence case. Sentence case is just a normal case. Lowercase converts everything to small letters. Uppercase converts everything into capital letters, just like you are seeing here. Then if I need to return it to normal, then I should choose sentence case. Then when you are writing something like power on self-test in issues, then you need to highlight. We want to write the initials. The initials should be post, P-O-S-T. Therefore, I just go to home, then I go to change keys, then capitalize each first letter. That is called the title case, or capitalize each of the first letters. Therefore, that one is also another type of change case. Then if, for example, you want to borrow this, you just highlight, then click letter B. Here, this one will be borrowed. If I want to italicize, then I highlight. I click this one. This is italics. It becomes italics. If I need to underline a heading, you just highlight by dragging the mouse. Then I click on underline. But if I need to have a special underline, I may need to have a special underline. If I just highlight, then click on this arrow, then choose the underline I want. Like now I need that underline. Just choose from the drop down list this arrow here. You can then assign it that way. Then I may need to have something like x squared plus x cubed equals to 0. Therefore, when you need to raise a character above the baseline, we call that one superscript. But when you want lower, then you call it subscript. Therefore, I just need to come and highlight these 3. Then I click on superscript. Then I come also highlight this one. Then choose a superscript that way. Therefore, that one becomes superscript. Then I need log 10 of 100. I need this one to be lowered, therefore I just go and click subscript, and that one becomes now the lower, that is it goes lowered. The other one is moved above, that is superscript and subscript. Then I may need to insert a drop cap, a very large letter at the beginning of this sentence. If I just highlight that letter R, then go to insert, then I go to where drop caps are, then I can now choose the drop cap I need. For example, that one is in margin, but I may need it dropped. But when you're at this point, you go to options. You may get this dialog box, then increase the number of lines you want to drop. Then you can also change the style that way. And for that one now becomes a bigger drop cap. That's how that drop cap is assigned. But you can also change the type of drop cap that way. That is a drop cap. Then you may also require to insert something like symbols, like at 2010. You just go to insert, then from the end part here you go to symbols, then you can type something like 2020. Now this symbol here, I've inserted it from insert, then you go to where symbols are. In case you cannot get some symbols, you just go to more symbols and choose weddings. Then you can be in a position to see more videos. That is more symbols in that point. On the other hand, we can just undo to return our sentence to normal. I'm just undoing. Okay, to save on time, just go to drop cap, then say no drop cap, none. That one is removed. Then you may need to assign your text. For example, I need this text of mine to be centered. That one is called alignment. It is found in home in the paragraph tab. Therefore, just click on. We have these types of alignment. We have left align, center. We have right align, and then we have justify. Justify is it's actually it's proportional from both the margins, from the left and the right margin. Then I may need to have my text arranged from right to left, that way. But the normal one, we just use left align. Left align is good. It just looks decent. On the other hand, I may need to get this sentence of mine separated. Then you can use this part here. It's called the line spacing. Therefore, I can just put 3 points. Therefore, my sentences have been line spaced, has been separated, but the best one is either 2 or 1.5. That's how you format the paragraphs from this point. Then I may require to have some text, like now. I may require to have some text like this one, this part here, arranged in lists. Therefore, you highlight, like now this one, you highlight this. Then you at home, you go to this point here. You have the bullets. Like now I want to arrange it. Therefore, you can just go to where bullets are. These are called bullets. But in case you need to number them, then you can just highlight this. Then you go to the next option and assign the numbers. Like this now. This one has been assigned bullets, but this one has been assigned numbers. On the other hand, if I need to start a paragraph from, for example, this point, you can indent. To indent is to push inside. You see now the sentence is being indented few millimeters from the margin. That is, you use the increase indent. But if it goes too far, then you reduce the indents this way. That is the indents. You can reduce the indents. Then, on the other hand, as we proceed, you may need to insert a photo or an image or a diagram inside your work. For example, I need to insert a diagram here or just an image. But this time round, I need this document of mine changed from portrait. Portrait is the way it looks like. I need to change the page setup. That is the page orientation to landscape. Now landscape is this page that is wide but not tall. Therefore, you just go to page layout, then orientation. Our page normally was portrait, therefore we change it to landscape. I need to insert an image here. If I just go to insert, then from this point, I just go to picture. Then I can insert a picture. I have inserted the picture here, but this picture of mine is too large. First of all, I need to do something called text wrap by making it tight, by choosing something like tight. First of all, we can reduce the size. Then after reducing the size, you go to text wrap, then something like tight. That one will make it move or mobile that way. For now, I have inserted a photo. Then this photo of mine need to be captioned. You need to give it a label. If I right click, then insert caption. Then figure 1, you can just call it road. That this is my caption down here. That is below the photo. This is how now you insert a photo. You just go to insert, then picture. You can get it online or from shapes. You can also draw a shape. You can just draw a shape from these diagrams. Like now I can just draw a shape that way. Then click this one and choose that way. Now that is how you can also draw a shape there. Then I need to have a statement down here with the page numbers. This statement should be repeated each and every page. We call them headers. If the statement occurs at the bottom, at the top of the document, we call it a header. But if it occurs at the bottom, we call it a footer. But we insert them together. If I just go to insert, from now the insert, we just go to this section. We have header, page number. Like now we can start by inserting the page numbers. They are all together. Just go to insert Microsoft Word. I need my page numbers to be at the bottom. Therefore, it has been inserted. Then now this is the footer. I need to type a footer. Like we can call it YouTube lesson 2. Now this is our footer. Then header, you can just call it this first Microsoft Word lesson that way. Then you just click cross header and footer. If now I scroll down, you'll get that each and every page has been assigned the footer and page number, and at the top every page has been assigned a header. Therefore, basically that's how you insert the header and footer, and also work on page numbering. Then from there, you may require to insert a table or create a table. Right now I need to insert a table down here or even any other place like at this point. Therefore you just click, then press enter. That's wherever the cursor is, this way I want to insert a table. Therefore just go to insert, then table. Then I can just instruct use this command, insert table. Microsoft Word will ask me how many columns, how many rows. Like now I may have 5 columns, 5 rows. Therefore a table will be inserted. You can also caption this table as you proceed. Right click, then insert caption. Table 1 is table. You just choose here table. This is table. You can just call it gender. That way. Then you click on OK. You see now this is the caption for our table, gender. Then you can now just type age, class, county, occupation, retirement. That. Then you can now just feed 56. You can just feed now the whatever you need. That way. Therefore, that's how you also insert a table. You can insert a table wherever you need. But you can also draw a table. Like you can just go to insert table. Then this time around, I decide to draw. Then I just drag. Then I drag how many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That way. Then I just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That way. 5. Now, in case you mess up, you can just take eraser here and delete the unwanted parts. don't need this. That way. Yeah, that way. I also don't need this. Yeah, therefore you can be in a position now to draw. Then typing, you can just type inside the table. Therefore, that is also another method of inserting in the table. That is typing. Then if, for example, I have some values like 780 here, 850, 120. Then I need to sum up this. Then you have something like 456. If I need the answer here, the sum of the above data in the table, can just go to layout. Then I go to formula. Then it is correct that I need sum of the above. Therefore, sum above, just click on OK. Then I'll be in a position to get the answer here. This one, that is the answer. Just click, then you go to formula. That is sum above. Then you get the answer there. That is a bit of the refresher on how you can just do some of the Microsoft Word stuff using Microsoft Word. Then when you are typing, when you are working on this data here, that is let's use this table here. You might require to format this one. Therefore, you can still use the quick formatting bar, but you can just go to layout or design, depending on what you need. For example, I need to change the text direction. That way, you see now this text has taken a different shape just by clicking on this way. Then you may probably need to thicken some of the lines. Therefore, you can just draw them. You can just draw them using you can just go take the pen, then just draw. You want to thicken these ones. That way. Yeah, good. Then you may probably need to shade. I need, for example, to shade. Just took a shade. I want to shade that one. Then I shade this one different. That way. Yeah, you can just work on these two, design and layout, the way I'm doing it, so that you can be in a position to switch between one place to the other. Then still using Microsoft Word, if we change this one to normal that way, but increase the font. I may need to subdivide these to columns. Therefore, you highlight, then you go to the layout. Then when you are in the layout, you can assign this one, for example, to 3 columns by just choosing 3 columns. Then you see your work has been divided into some columns. That is a bit of some columns that you may need just by highlighting. Then go to insert column. Like now I need them to be 2 columns. Then my work has been divided into that is a few columns that I need. That is also a very important concept that somebody may need to know. Then our last task will be sending a standard document to many recipients using Microsoft Word. We call that one mail merge. Therefore, you may need to do some mail merge. When I talk about mail merge mail is just a letter. We want to send one standard document, but to several people. Therefore, you need to have 2 documents. Like for example, I can just highlight this one, then delete the stuff. This one, then we go to File, Save As. We save this document of ours in our desktop. We create a folder. We call this folder Mail Merge. Then this document of ours, this one, we can call it a letter. That is addresses. Then we save. Then we minimize this one. We have this one that we called Otis Research. We can rename it. Just going to File, Save As. We go to Desktop, Mail Merge. We call this one our letter. Okay, remember when we are dealing with mail merge or sending one document to many recipients, we need to have 2 files. The first file is the letter or the main document. The second one is addresses of those people. Therefore, we can just start by writing a letter that dear, then we just say that reference staff meeting. Then we would kindly attend. Done. Okay, this is our letter. We have already now written our letter. Then we need to create some addresses. Therefore, you can just go to Insert, Table. They have shown you. Then Insert. Then you can have a 5 by 4. This one we have the title. What's the name? Has the name, date, and time. That way, then you have Mr., Mrs., Miss. Then we have Don, James, Kibe. Then we have Simon. Then date 11. Okay, that is those are our addresses. Then from this point, we now need to merge. We need to create. We have 3 customers. We need to send them this letter. Therefore, you are sending one standard document, but to many recipients. If we just go to mailings, from the mailings, you go to select recipients. Then you can just say use existing recipients. Use existing. Then you go to mail merge and choose. Okay, it seems we didn't save this one should be saved inside the folder. Save as mail merge addresses. Yeah, good. If I just go back to our letter, then we go to select recipient, use existing, then we go to desktop and where our folder is. This is our addresses. Then after now having this, we need a dear title, first name, last name. For dear, you just go to dear title, put some space, dear first name, dear last name. Then I would like to invite you to a meeting to be held on, that is date at time, insert time. Then we can just have this one red and borrowed to note that they have been inserted. Then red borrowed. Then this one should be also red borrowed. Now once you are done that way, you just come to this point, then click finish, edit individuals and all. Okay, now see, the letters are ready. Mr. Don John, then we have 3 guys. The next person is dear Mrs. James Peter. Then the last guy is dear Mrs. Kibe Simon. That way. Therefore, after doing that, you'll be in a position to